All right, welcome back to another episode of 4 Degrees Funnier. I'm Darian.
And I'm JC. Hello.
Hello. We're back at it again.
How's it going, D?
Pretty good. How are you?
Not bad. How's your Monday?
My Monday was pretty good. I feel like work was good, and then I went to Pilates, and now I ate some chicken fingers, and now I'm sitting here talking to you. So,
10 out of 10. We love
yeah,
that. Are you
pretty good.
sipping on anything right now?
Just water.
Good for you, honestly. Good for you. I feel like my treat is always like during our podcast.
I know. What do you
But
have?
I'm having a Coke today. I know. I got the little Coke minis, so I'm like, I'm doing it. I don't care.
Dude, that sounds so good. How was your Monday?
It was lovely. I had my derm or Cosmo appointment, whatever. I don't know what do you want to call it?
I'd say your cosmetic appointment.
My
That's what I.
cosmetic appointment. That's what I had today. I did a chemical peel and I did Botox.
Girl, in 2 weeks, you're gonna be a totally new lady.
Perfect timing though, honestly.
Yeah, straight up. You get to see
Yeah,
each other in less than 2 weeks.
less than 2 weeks. And that's something else we need to talk about is what am I wearing?
Dude,
We got to figure out outfits.
high stress. You know what? Even actually, some of Tim's friends have been like, "What's the dress code for this?" And I'm like,
Literally. Like I'm thinking I buy a new dress, you know?
I'm thinking, yeah, you might as well.
Dress, long coat, boots. I mean,
I think you
I
have
think
to.
that's kind of the vibe. So
Yeah, it's a tough one.
it is a tough one, but I am very much so looking forward to it. It's going to be amazing.
It is gonna be amazing. And let's just circle back.
Yes.
Drawing little mini squares while we're talking. So I'm not ignoring you. It's actively making me pay more attention. Tell me more about this chemical peel and the Botox. Like, how was your experience? How was the pain? Give me the whole shindig.
Yes. Please buckle up because I actually now that we think about it, I do have some things to say. And I I'm pleased with the service, I should say. Like the center is nice. Like I've had okay experiences there. However, there have been some negative like back end situations. I think I talked to you about this before, how initially like I booked my consultation, you choose your provider that you want to have the consultation with, and they switched me through providers like 3 different times being like you're now with so and so, you're now with so and so. And
Just don't give me that option to see that then, right?
don't give me the option.
Just switch it if you're gonna switch it, but don't tell me multiple times even, I would say.
Yeah. No, I agree. So I was kind of irritated about that. So and I said something because I was like, you have an online booking system that allows you to choose which provider you want to see, and I've been switched to 3 different people since then. And I was like, I just don't understand like if this is the person that I want to provide the service to me, that why am I seeing some, you know what I mean? Like, and I read their bios and whatever. So, anyways, that was the first thing. And then they called me. They were very nice. And they were like, we understand. Sorry. Like, who you booked it with, we save time for them to actually do the treatments. Whereas we do have like trained girls who do mostly consultations, even though they don't provide the service, just so that like the girls that actually provide the service can do that all day as opposed to be sitting in consultations all day when we could do it for them. So I'm like, okay, like that's fine with me. I'm okay with that, but I think that should be better communicated prior to.
Yeah, because I would be pissed as a provider if like someone selected me for my qualifications and who I was, or just like the vibes. Honestly, sometimes it's just vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
But like, yeah, I would be expecting to see that person.
Yes, exactly. So I didn't throw a stink about it, but I was like, I'm gonna say something because, you know.
Yeah.
So whatever. I had my consultation with the girl that they ended up putting me with, and it was fine. It was great. 10 out of 10. Clearly, I booked the service. So it's all
Yeah.
good. Um, so then I booked it probably just over a month ago, right?
Right.
I got my consent forms on Friday and I had the service today Monday. And in the consent forms there is a 14-day preparation for the service. So I'm reading through it being like, you can't use BHAs. I couldn't be using those facial radiance pads. I couldn't be using vitamin C. I couldn't have dermaplaned my face. I've done all of these things in the last 2 weeks. So I'm like reading this. And then also it's like, do not perform Botox and a chemical peel in the same day. And I'm like reading through this form being like, I don't I don't understand what's happening here. Like I feel like I'm being bamboozled. They told me to book it on the same day.
Yeah, and also send out a fucking 14-day heads up 14 days before, not
Yeah.
you expect
So
patients to just know that information?
I know. And I thought it was weird that I didn't get like a prep sheet or something like that. So I was like, hey, it must be pretty standard, like. So, anyways, I did bring it up to the front, like when I went in, and I was like, I do have just like a couple comments. And she's like, oh, like, what is it? And because she was like, let me just make sure you have all your forms. And I was like, I know I did all of my forms. I was like, I do have some comments about the forms. Like, there's 14-day preparations on there, like that I got them sent to me on Friday. So I clearly have not been doing that. And she's like, oh, well, the nurse can talk to you a little bit more about it. So I talked very briefly with the front staff about it, just to like make my concerns known. And then I go into the treatment room and she was like, you haven't been using any like acids, have you? And I'm like, no, I have. Like, I was like, I got sent the forms on Friday, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, oh, yeah, like, so I don't think we're going to be able to do like the like full peel. And I'm like, okay, so like, should we just reschedule this then? And she was like, well, we have like a lighter option, which would be similar to like those facial radiance pads that you're using. And so like, it'll still provide benefit to you. And so I was like, well, should maybe we just reschedule then? Like, if I can't get the service that, like,
Talked about and consulted on and booked?
yeah. And she was like, no, like, because it's a part of the promotion, you need to get both of them today or else we can't honor the promotion. And I was like, okay.
For freaking error? Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, so I was a little bit turned off about that. But then she also said to me, because I had been using the acids, that if we did the peel today anyways, I'm probably still going to get quite a bit of like, sloughing and stuff like that because I had already been putting acids on it. So she's like, even though we use the lower grade today, she's like, you're still going to get more of a benefit. Whereas, like, even with the low grade, you should have not been using that stuff for the 2 weeks before because it's going to be more intense on your skin.
Yeah,
So I was just like, okay, well, I've never done this before either, so it's probably good that I start with the light one anyways.
totally, and see what happens.
Yeah. So like just that sort of stuff, like the service was fine. The girls that I spoke to were great. Like they had great customer service and stuff, but it's just like the clerical like issues I was
Mhm.
not very impressed with. So I'm a little bit disappointed in that department, but
Yeah.
the peel was like they just like paint something on your face and then you lay there and then they paint it again and then you lay there and then you paint it, and so she did like 3 layers of this, and then um it like burned a little bit, but like she asked me on a scale of 0 to 10. She was like, 0 you feel like I just put water on your face, and 10 being like you feel like your skin is burning off. Where are you at? And I was like, I feel like I'm like a 4 or a 5, and it's mostly like around the nares of my nostrils.
Hmm.
So I was like, it's really not that bad. And then after she did the third time, then I could feel it a little bit more like all over my face.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like it got like more intense. I could just feel it everywhere as opposed to just my nose. So it was still kind of like around that like 5 or 6 probably of discomfort level. So, and then yeah, the Botox was not as bad as I was expecting. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, not bad.
yeah. So that's kind of my experience.
Dude, um that's insane. Here's my thought is would you go back to them or would you just was all of that I mean, there was some good but some negatives. Do you think the negatives are kind of like weighing it down or
I wouldn't say so because again, I feel like the way that like they communicated with me, I was like, I appreciate you guys actually being like, like, oh, like that's too bad. I I think I would go back.
Mhm.
I think so, but I think like to me too, just because like I also provide services to people and I know how I like prepare people for what to expect and like how to prepare for things. Like it felt like I didn't get that, where I was like, I just feel like you guys could be better, you know? Like it's not like they're doing a terrible job, but I think you could just do better.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. It's hard to say. I didn't book anything else after I left, but which I was considering booking before, like before I went to my appointment. I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna like book this, book that, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I'm not sure. We'll see. But overall, like 6 to 7 out of 10 experience, I would say.
Not horrible, not great,
Right? Like it could be worse, but well,
but also like could be way better.
yeah, totally. I think too the thing is that like I've never had any of this done before.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I wanted to be like I wanted somebody to hold my hand through. It's my face.
They, also, it's like informed consent, right? You actually just
Yeah.
have somebody walk you through every step, and I feel like my new dentist. Shout out to my new dentist. He is so
Sponsored by.
yeah, sponsored by yeah, Coquitlam Dental. No, he's really good at explaining things, and he is a teacher at UBC, and so he literally the first day he was like, okay, this is disappointing what's happened to your tooth. It's like the last dental office's responsibility. They should have walked you through all of these things. And he was like, obviously, informed consent. He's like, if you were to do a manual therapy technique on me, you would explain to me the risks, the outcomes, the adverse effects, and the benefits, right? And I was like, exactly. And he's like, so I need to do all of that to you today for you to understand what's actually happening, like in your mouth. And so he's like walking me through everything, like the full thing. And he's like drawing it out on the board for me. And he's like, this is well within your like rights as a patient to have all this information. You can do with this what you will. Like, here's what I recommend you doing. But like, if you want to do your research and go today and like not whatever.
Hmm.
I was just like, yeah, exactly. I would do the same thing to any patient. So why
Yeah.
would I expect any different at any other? We should all be withholding that standard. And if we're not like you went to them and said like, this was not okay. Like this 14-day consent form needs to be sent out 14 days in advance, or else
Minimum.
I haven't had the full. I haven't had informed consent because I don't know the adverse reactions that could happen from doing the things I've been doing because you haven't prepared me. So we just gotta hold each other to a better standard and just be like, yo,
Let's do better.
let's do better.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean I agree. I think being a provider, maybe it just makes you a little bit more aware of things that should be communicated a little bit different. But overall, I mean like I feel like I look pale as a ghost right now.
What do you,
So
how do you expect, so you're gonna like peel it off in a couple of days?
yeah, it's supposed to just like slough off basically. Like she said like if you did the I know it's so disgusting. If you do the like higher intensity one, she's like it could like peel. Like your skin could actually like have some like flaking situation
Yeah.
going on. And she's like whereas with the lower one, it's usually more like you look at your black shirt that you're wearing and you're like, "Oh, it looks like I have like a little bit of dandruff on my shirt."
Yeah.
So it should be a little bit more low key. So we'll see. And we'll see. These are my eyebrows right now. We just did here
Yeah, yeah.
and then we did these. So
I love to take a daily video after Botox and track it over 14 days because it's
it
so
was
satisfying.
so funny because like today I would be like moving my face and I'm like, any different yet? Any any different yet? Like checking it all throughout the day. I'm just excited, you know? I'm like, do
Yeah.
I feel anything? I don't know. I can't tell.
Yeah, you'll probably
So
be like, I feel like day 3 is where you're like, oh, I'm getting some freezing happening. Even sometimes day 2, I'm a little bit like, but
yeah.
like by day like 6 or 7 for me, I'm like pretty much frozen
Mm.
solid.
She said for sure that this should be good for your wedding, but she said that these ones might not be amazing. But she said maybe. So I was like, well, if I have to go in for like a touch up before or whatever, I guess twist my arm.
Just my arm around. I just booked another facial for December actually.
Ooh.
I just went for a facial last weekend.
Yes. No. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it was right before my student started because I wanted to relax. And it was so fucking relaxing. They put a table warmer on in there. And I'm
Mm.
just like, And the comforter they put on me is so heavy.
It's like
I was
you're
just
just
like,
in a cocoon.
God, I love it here. And she doesn't speak to me, which like I respect. I don't want you to talk to me.
Yes.
Obviously, I'm also like you're putting stuff all over my face, but I like when they. It's almost. I feel like I don't like all the ASMR videos, but the way that she speaks to me, and she's
Hmm.
just putting this cream cleanser on your face, and I'm like, like I love it.
I know you're like drooling a little bit. Like there
I
is nothing better than a facial.
honestly, and you know when you're driving home from something like that, and you feel like actually like you should have gotten a ride, like.
Yeah. Yeah, you're like, oh, I'm drunk.
Yeah, you're like, holy shit, this is a new state of relaxation. Yeah, that was me.
Oh my God, no, it's so true. Have you seen that TikTok of the wife that took her husband to go get a facial? And he literally is like, she's like, how was it? And he's like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever had in my life. And he's like slurring his words. She's like, are you okay? Like he literally sounded like he was drunk. The boys who don't get them, they don't know what they're missing out on.
I don't.
Yeah, I have a male massage therapist that I see. And last time I went in, like my forearms and my hands lately have been killing me from work. I don't know why, but like too much manual therapy. And I was like, can you work on my arms and my hands? And he was doing it. And I was like, have you ever been to a facial before? And he's like, no. I'm like, well, you know what? This is the best part of a facial because, like, once they put everything on your face and then they work on your arms and your hands, oh my God, I'm like levitating off the table at that point.
Also, my scalp massage.
Oh, yes.
Also, one of my friends just went to a scalp bar here in
Yes.
Vancouver. Fuck! And she was like, it was amazing.
Should we do that, Dee?
I think we should. I'll look into it.
Okay, let's do it. I did one here in Calgary once. Did I tell you that?
No.
Yeah.
Did it change your life?
It was pretty good, but like if you have my PSA to people who want to try one is that if you have any type of like ADD or like overstimulation, you can't book it for more than an hour because like for me, I was too wet for too long. Like I've yeah, like you get like it goes down your neck.
Okay. I'm not
Overstimulation station.
I'm like a 50 minutes I can focus kind of lady. Like
Mhm.
51 minutes, I'm like, I gotta get out of here. Yeah, like my facials, I'm just, by the end, I'm like, all right.
You're like, okay, we could probably be done.
Getting off the table, I'm like, I have to go home.
Yeah. And actually, nobody touched me for the next 48 hours now.
Yeah, like, get me out of here. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, 10 out of 10 though. Did love that. So
Okay, well, let's look into that. But also, when do we do it? Because I don't want my hair. We'll figure it out.
we'll
This
figure it out.
is a thing.
Can we talk really quick about our Instagram conversation?
What, about the fucking rosemary? Dog. We do need to talk about this. This was actually like heavy on my brain. I was just thinking about you when I went to go make the bed because I was like thinking about I have a thing I want to talk about later.
Okay,
Okay, let me to describe this because
go for it.
okay. So I got those anthro cups from Jay. Okay, those the anthropology cups, the Christmas ones. They're so nice. Posted on my story, and I was just like, got the anthro cups. Like tag Jane. She's like, oh my God, they're so cute. And I'm like, I know, right? I was just thinking how I should make like a winter margarita when you're here. And then JC's like, you know what? Hold on. I'm going to read it word for word
Yeah,
because
you have to read it.
I don't want to fuck this up. Okay. I'm like, I'm going to make us a wintry margarita and then when you get here. And she's like, oh my God, yes. And I said, like a little cranberry vibe. And you're like, hell yes, that would be so cute. Some pine needles or whatever the fuck. And I go,
You said wait. You said about the cranberries first, right?
I was like a little cranberry vibe. And then you're like, some pine needles or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, yeah, probably rosemary. Fuck. And you're like, oh yeah, that stuff. Ha ha ha. Why am I dumb?
Yeah, whatever those pine needles are, like make it look all fancy.
Imagine I just go to a tree. I'm just like,
But like to me, I was like, wait a minute, that makes sense. Like pine needles, it's Christmas.
and Clearly, I'm on the same wavelength because I understood what you meant and I could translate it into what actually needed to be occurring, which was rosemary.
I like was not 100% sure, but I was like, ah, she'll know what I mean. Like if, and then I was like, if it's not pine needles, then what is it? And when you said rosemary, I was like, oh, I'm actually literally the dumbest person in the world.
Pine needles.
That was something that like I actually was laughing out loud when you were like, rosemary, you idiot.
Literally. That had me. I was like,
Ugh,
okay, well, I'm gonna make the margaritas, but I like literally made my grocery list and was like, rosemary. Like,
I don't know. What do they call people who craft drinks?
mixologist?
Oh yeah, I'm not a mixologist, okay?
Yeah. I feel like my mom does welcome drinks. I think we've talked about this before. But like
Hmm.
when we go home, there's always like a branded drink for the season that we're there.
Right.
So there's always something, sometimes like a blueberry lemonade. Obviously, these are mainly alcoholic. That's a key portion. The whole vibe was that like when you go to a resort and they give you your drink when you get there, that was the feeling when we go home. Mom's always like, "Here's your welcome drink," as if
Love
coming
that.
to a resort. God bless. Are all inclusives. So the winter margarita one year was like elite. That would
Like
have been,
Christie's.
yeah, so good.
10 on 10.
I'm gonna try to recreate it, but I just know for a fact I'm not gonna do as good as my mom. But
But will we ever? The unfortunate thing about having great mothers.
fuck, I know. Literally looking at Christmas presents that are piling up under my tree that my mom has already sent to me.
She's literally texting me being like, hey, can you bring a present for Darian? I'm like, yeah, Christy, I can.
Yeah, sure.
Sure, no problem. Let me know. I'll try and squeeze it in there.
I'll squeeze it in.
She's friggin' Mrs. Claus, though.
She legitimately is. She gift gives like unlike anybody else. You know, Allie has a gift too, though. Allie's like a gift giver. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm,
That's
I am like not. I and I wish I was because dear God, would that be amazing? But
mm-hmm. Just
again,
getting everybody what they want, right?
yeah, and like such small, things that you mention in passing,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just like they remember.
Yeah. You're like, how the
I
fuck
need
do you
like
know that?
all of my freaking brain power this time of year. I'm just like, what should I get people? Like,
I know.
or
Girl, I don't remember. My memory is the worst. You can attest to that. Like I have zero memory at all. And when I try to be like, what does this person like in the slightest? No idea.
I can't even tell you like a general place I should look. Like, I'm like, I don't know what would make sense. Like, even like Tim, I'm just like, what is Tim like?
Yeah.
Great. I don't know. Like,
Totally forget. No
yeah.
idea. Who
I'm
is
like,
the
dude, I've
guy?
never met
Like,
him before. Yeah.
yeah. All of a
Great.
sudden you get dementia over the person that you're shopping for.
I would just love to be one of those people though that are just like, oh, this is something that you would really love to have, or something you mentioned you really wanted but would never buy yourself, and like
Hmm.
simply can't.
Yeah, it's a great trait. And like being on the receiving end of that is like the most like, wow, like you care for me so much. Like it's one of the nicest feelings to be like, it makes me feel so guilty though when somebody gets me a really good gift that I'm like, I'm going to be sick because you were so kind. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna think about this until I die because I'm the worst. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
I would just rather give everybody money. To be fully honest, I think that will be my life going forward. It's just like you get some cash, do what you
Yeah.
like with it. It's none of my business. But like,
Yeah. I actually had this conversation with somebody the other day where we were talking about like gone is the time of like getting crap for people and like being like here you go, put this on your shelf for a week and then literally throw it out the next time you go through all of your stuff because it means nothing to you. Like
yeah,
we need a gift card. And it's funny because my take on a gift card is like when I receive a gift card from somebody, I'm like, thank you so much. Like,
oh yeah,
this is the best gift that anybody could give me, money or a gift card. I can choose what I want. I love it. It's like I go on a shopping spree. But then for some reason, if I buy a gift card for somebody and give it to them, I'm like,
I feel
you
like
thought that I just picked this up at the gas station. I forgot about the event, didn't put any thought into it. So
yeah.
it's very funny.
I know. I feel like we asked for only gift cards for our bridal shower and like elite experience. Obviously, I mean with travel, it just makes sense. But like then we got to go and buy what we wanted when we wanted it also
Yes.
because we didn't need all that shit all at once, but like we had to clear stuff out and then kind of decide like what is our priority right now. And like, oh, it's on sale today at Canadian Tire, let's go get it now versus like, yeah, I just feel like it was amazing. But yeah, then we had that conversation. It just feels like shit when you give a gift card.
Which is
Maybe like
crazy.
justice for gift cards, actually, you know?
Honestly, yeah. Hashtag justice for gift cards.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
justice for gift card givers, you know? Like
Yes. You're doing God's work, honestly.
put it back in, yeah, put it back in there, you know? It is a,
Man, that's a great PSA this upcoming holiday season for all of our listeners is just get them the fucking gift card because they'll actually like it.
yeah. And also Canada Post is on strike all the time now. Like there's
Yes.
every Christmas now, well, the last two have been just completely fucked by Canada Post. So PSA, don't ship anything.
Don't ship it.
Don't order it.
Well, we
Don't,
can't ship anything in Canada. We can't buy anything from the States anymore. So, literally, all you can do, unless you have like an on call carrier pigeon,
yeah.
just give them a gift card when you see them next time.
Yeah. 100%.
And you know what? Actually, well, this is kind of like plays back on my point I was going to say. If you just have like an emergency gift card on you at all times, like you go somewhere and it's like, oh, shoot, I forgot that they just got married. Like, here's a, I don't know, Bed Bath and Beyond, whatever. You know what?
This is exactly the point I was just making to Tim about Christmas this year because my mom, okay, back to my mom being a good gift giver. This is the shit that she did. So, like, at high school grad season, my mom would buy, like, extra gifts and just have them at the house. Because people were just, like, stopping by being like, hey, here's a gift. I didn't have gifts
Hmm.
for them. I didn't think about that. I had, like, for
Yeah.
my immediate friends, that was it. But, like, some, random classmates would swing by. And my mom, here you go. I could just go to the back room. Here's a gift.
Aw.
And I was like, that's elite. That's what I want to be able to do. I want to be able to be like, oh, Merry Christmas. Thanks for the gift or the card. Here's a card as well.
In exchange, yeah.
I'm a thoughtful fucking person. Like,
Yeah. Do you remember what was that gigantic wine store in Fargo?
I know what you're talking
Right? I feel like it was just like a general liquor store, probably, but like it was big. There was lots of wine. It was probably called like Wine and Beyond or something, honestly.
about. Bed Bath and Wine Beyond. Funny.
But I remember they used to do like, remember everyone would go crazy again? We were living in the States, so like everything was dirt cheap in comparison to here, but it was like penny wine.
Yes. Yes.
And they would do like a penny wine sale or whatever it was, but it wasn't actually a penny, but like
Yeah.
that is another thing that like if people gift me wine and like sorry to anybody who's received wine from me, but like and then I go and see somebody else. I'm not a huge wine drinker. I'm not going through bottles of wine all the time. So if I have like a nice one in the cabinet, I'm just taking that and regifting it to somebody else.
You can totally do that.
Right?
I think one thing I've been, okay, so many layers to this. One thing that Tim is really good at is like we never go anywhere empty-handed now. Like if we go to someone's
Oh,
house, we always bring something.
wow.
Like, shout out to him. We're on the way there.
That's
He's like, we gotta stop at the grocery
adulting.
store. Yeah, I know, and I feel way better about myself when I do it. Like
Yes.
I can't believe how shitty I feel if someone invites us over for dinner and I show up and I don't have anything. I'm like, no, I'll kill myself. I have to go. I have to jump off a bridge. But like stopping and just getting like even whatever type of bottle of wine and then just getting to the house and be like, hey, thanks for having us. Here's
Mhm.
this as like a hosting present.
Yeah.
Elite.
So
Elite
elite.
experience.
Yes. That's such a bougie, classy move too. I love it.
Exactly what Tim says when we're there, when we're at the liquor
Hmm.
store. He's like, no, this is a classy thing to do. And I'm like, no, you're
I
so
love that. I feel like that's such a Kelowna boy thing.
it
Grab
is.
a bottle of wine. Let's bring it to wherever we're going.
Yeah. It
I love
is
that.
it is nice. But that's a yeah, re-gifting things, like also don't feel bad about that because you can do whatever you want.
It's
It's your
just called
wine.
being, yeah, it's being resourceful.
Yeah. Reduce, reuse, recycle, right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah, fuck.
Okay, what do you need to touch on here, Dee? Because I feel like we both wrote down a lot of stuff, but we're
I
just gabbing, which is fine.
Chan, I just need to know where you're buying your flannel sheets these days. That's just like a question.
Okay, great question. I am in the market at the moment for flannel sheets. So, yes, because again, I'm only flannel sheets. So
Okay.
I do have a rotation of them, but I like white like sheets. Those don't last forever. Especially, I like to self tan, and that does not fare well. So I've been really eyeballing. I got the last set, I think, actually from Superstore. Yes, hidden gem. And then before that, the set that I got prior was from Winners, I believe.
Okay, I was at Winners
So,
on the weekend, or 2 weeks ago. It was overwhelming as fuck in there because everyone was Christmas shopping for the decor. And I
mm-hmm,
couldn't sift through the sheets because I got panicked in there.
mm-hmm. Usually they have them on like the end caps, like during this time.
Yeah.
So, like, check the end caps and then yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm always on. I have like an eye for it. Like I'll be like, oh, that's flannel. Oh, that's flannel. Like
Yeah, they are your brand. I need to get some because like getting into bed right now, fuck. I get in there and my sheets are a little bit cold and I can't fall asleep.
yeah. No, you need flannel sheets. You need a little like rum raisin candle. You need or the pumpkin pecan waffle. Wait, what was the one that you had? Yeah, pecan waffle, right?
Yeah,
So good.
gotta get those sheets.
Yeah, girl.
That's what I
Those are
needed.
my hot tips.
What did you need to talk about? Because that was the only thing I had on my list. It was really important.
You're like, I need to know.
It was really on my mind.
Okay, I have two things. One is just like a comment for all of the Dancing with the Stars fans out there. Um, it's it's semifinals this week, tomorrow, I think, for Dancing with the Stars. And I've got okay, now that I'm speaking out loud, I have two things that I need to say. We don't need to discuss this, but I'll put this out there for our listeners who actually watch Dancing with the Stars because you don't watch, right, Dee? Okay. So my personal take is that if Derek Huff was my husband, I would literally get the ick from him because his signature move is like the camera will cut to Alfonso, like the host of the show, and Derek Huff will stick his head like in the shot and like blow confetti or like do like a weird move. And every time I see it, I'm like, whoever is married to this man, like, ew.
Yeah. You know what else I have to say about this? I just saw this TikTok that was like, I know for a fact that Derek and Juliana have kiss on the lips.
Oh, 1,000%.
I get the ick watching them
Yes.
because you know they're like the type of siblings that do that, and like,
Yep. I thought they were married forever. I don't know if I've ever put that out there, but I was like, oh yeah, Derek and Juliana, Huff, they're married. And then turns out they're brother and sister.
also,
But yeah,
isn't Derek's wife pregnant right now?
yes, I think so. And I think he also accidentally like spilled the tea on like that they're having a girl, but they were not supposed to tell anybody. He did it on live television.
Imagine me being responsible for one fucking thing, ruining it like that.
Yeah. Yeah, actually.
Wow.
I'm not sure if that's confirmed or not, but anyways, the other week, last week, there was a lot of like perfect scores going around, and so there was lots of confetti being blasted throughout the studio, and yeah, Derek like would pop his head in, and it's not his shot. He's in the background. I'm like, you're being so extra right now. Like I'm mad.
No,
I'm so mad.
pissed. Yeah.
Like
No,
viewership going down because of you blowing this confetti out of your hand. Like stop. You're a grown man.
man, act like it.
Act like you've been somewhere before.
Poor. Like we say it again.
So there's that. And then my other thing is that Secret Lives of Mormon Wives season 3 just came out recently. And so if you don't know, one of the Mormon, well, two of the Mormon wives were on Dancing with the Stars. One of them did get eliminated. Whitney is still on the Dancing with the Stars competition. Now that the season for Secret Lives of Mormon Wives has come out, what we have learned is that she asked for a lot for her Secret Lives of Mormon Wives contract, and they did not give it to her. And she felt that she was not being fairly compensated for it, so she rejected their contract and was not going to appear on season 3. And then the mom talk got approached by Dancing with the Stars and said, we would like your TV show to audition for Dancing with the Stars. And guess who came out of the woodwork to join Secret Lives of Mormon Wives again? Whitney came back to the show only for Dancing with the Stars. And now that I know that, like, she's been crushing it on Dancing with the Stars, but now that I know that, I'm actually like, no, you suck. You should not be here.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
very, very slimy. Like, I didn't know that. I don't know if I don't know if that was public knowledge until this season of Secret Lives just came out. But now that it did, like, I'm like, her and Alex Earl were like my top two. And
yeah.
now I'm like, okay, well now I'm team Alex Earl all the way. So that's my Dancing with the Stars update drama. So you're welcome for the pop culture, everybody. I'm very well
In
versed.
it. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. So
That is the lore.
that's the lore. Oh, I had one more thing. We were talking about volleyball very briefly too.
Yes.
So it's hard for us to keep up with like watching the games and everything. I tuned in the other day to watch I was just watching on YouTube. It was Nebraska versus Arizona. I can't remember, honestly. Anyways, nothing about the game except for the fact that I cannot believe that tall socks are back in.
Wait, I did not know.
I did not know either until I turned on this game. Both teams, every player, tall socks.
Okay, physically hurt by that for two reasons. One, the physical pain that I feel right now on my calves, imagining my tall socks and my knee pads on a line cutting off my circulation to my lower leg for many hours of the day.
Jail.
Why?
Yeah, I was floored. Like I turned on the game and I actually my jaw hit the floor. I was like, what year is this? And I looked and I'm like, no, because it was a replay. It was 2025. I know. I figured you would be unwell when you heard this.
I can't, I'm like not even comprehending thinking, like, okay, my thought is this. You know, at the start of every season when something kind of would change and it was like, oh, maybe this is in this year? I remember like plastic headbands. That's like the example that I think of a lot. When those came back into circulation, I remember like our junior, senior year, I was like, so we're going back here now. Like,
And we did. We hopped on that train hard. We were like, oh, get us 12.
it was I remember I snapped my headband, that ball hit me on the top of the head, just like shattered it. But like, I remember that year being like, I don't know if I can. There was a moment where I was just like, we've done this. I've seen this film before, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That would be like now, like a pre-wrap headband.
Yes.
Or like the Lulu, the original, you know, the ones that we used
With the, yes, so true. With the grippies on the inside of it. Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Yeah, it was crazy. And I was also that made me also think too of like, these TikToks before where it was what's your volleyball ick? And a lot of the time I would see these girls being like girls who wear ankle socks. And I'm like, yeah, like you definitely need a crew, you know?
Your crew.
And but now we went all the way. We went all the way back up. I don't know what's happening.
And then,
And remember when like white knee pads were cool?
yeah,
And then if you had white knee pads, you were the biggest loser ever.
yeah,
And everything had to be black.
yeah.
And now it's back to white, back to high socks. You can't keep up with the trends anymore.
I have two things to say. First of all, this is so like millennial of us to be having this conversation, you know, to be like, we can't keep up with the times. Second, I need to talk to my teenage volleyball players that I see this weekend because they usually, you know, keep me in the loop about stuff like this. I haven't seen them in a month.
Mm.
This tall socks thing.
You're gonna need to bring it up. I don't know. It was just one game that I actually watched because I'm the same. I'm mostly just like looking at what's happening, not watching the actual game. But the one that I watched, both teams, both all the players, and I don't think remember how like last year pants were a really big thing, like the leggings, right? I don't think I saw anybody wearing leggings. So the times are
Okay.
changing.
I'm looking at a video, sorry, of Nebraska's volleyball team right now, and I'm seeing a mix.
Are
But,
you?
but in some of them, I'm seeing them all be wearing fucking tall ass socks.
Told you.
And they're
It's hard to believe.
white, and
Yes.
white was like illegal.
You know how dirty those socks are going to be?
Remember our white knee pads on our red floor? And they were just like
Yeah.
stained pink.
Disastrous.
Okay, but sorry, to quickly touch on Nebraska, this winning streak they're on,
Crazy.
most amount of three set sweeps consecutively, like ever,
Like, what's the conspiracy theory here?
because they're under new coaching, right? This is their first year without John Cook, right?
It was the same coach as last year.
Was it the same as last year? This is his second year out?
Yeah,
Just
because
did
the
that.
last year is the female head coach. Because it was Penn State versus Nebraska, and both of like in the championship last year, and both of them were female head coaches.
Right.
So I forget her name, but I think this is her second or her third.
Yeah. That is fucked. We should not have let that happen.
What? Females coach volleyball?
No, fucking tall socks.
Oh,
I'm like distraught. Like I actually am like I don't even know if I can like what would we do? You know what I mean?
it's not happening here. If I ever go back to volleyball, mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, she's not wearing tall socks.
I don't even know where I'd find them.
I wouldn't try.
You know what I mean? Why would I even look?
Yeah. Also, okay, let's talk about really quick before we have to hop off. Do you know how much real estate tall socks take up in your sock drawer? Like you would have to, you'd have to decrease your sock inventory by half.
I have a whole still section of my thing that's just like filled with crew socks, which like I don't know. Are you a crew sock girl in regular day-to-day life? Because that was like a big debate, right? It was like
Mm-hmm.
if you were wearing ankle socks, you were kind of lame. Like
I
recent.
I do wear crew socks, and I do feel like a middle-aged dad when I wear them.
Yeah.
But I wear them because I often wear like mid-calf boots to work.
Right.
So I kind of have to, but if I'm wearing a shoe or even like a slide or something like that, I'll wear my ankle ones. But if I know I'm going to wear my boots at work, I wear my taller socks. But it is like, it's very weird taking my shoes off and then being like,
In yeah, crew socks. I never could get on board with that. My teen girls were roasting me about my ankle socks, and I was just like, yeah, y'all will laugh now, but in 2 months when crew socks are out, I'm gonna just remain the same, and I'm out no money.
you have a sock thing though.
Like what? How would you mean? I'm
Like
worried.
you have, you're a funky sock gal.
Yeah, I am. Straight.
And all of them that I can recall in my mind is ankle socks. Yeah. Prime example.
Actually though, this is a part of being a peds therapist. I have been like just teaching that to because I take my shoes off so much in my work that like,
Well, let's not pretend that you haven't done this since the day I met you.
oh yeah, that's true. I don't really love a plain sock.
I've never seen you in one.
Actually, I
Never.
like the white ones. You're gonna be shook over that.
She's
Yeah, I don't
changing.
really fuck with that.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that is.
We all this is your stim or your your autistic
Literally,
quality.
that's my trait for sure. Yeah.
And that's okay. We love you for it. Everybody's unique and different. And we
Totally.
need that.
Yeah.
Hashtag diversity.
Diversity, diversity.
All right. Well, anything else before we say goodbye? Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista. That's all there is to say.
That's right. Well, you heard it here.
Say
Goodbye,
no
everybody.
say no to tall socks. That's all I have to say.
All I gotta say. That's too funny. All right. Well, everybody, have a great week, rest of your week, weekend, whatever. Darian, have a great week. Whatever you listen to this, just have a good remaining days.
Enjoy until you die. Enjoy the remaining ones.
It's coming. You never know.
It's coming for all of us. We're all dying.
With that, goodbye.